All I have ever wanted is a hotel pack for The Sims 4. I cannot express to you how desperately I want hotels in this game. And it seems like maybe with Adventure Awaits, we can kind of pull this off with the new custom venue lot type. But I have not actually tested this out yet, so we're gonna find out together today. Quick disclaimer, I was given early access to Adventure Awaits thanks to the EA Creator Network. I am not being paid, they just sent me the game early. By the time you're seeing this video, I've already posted a full review and a full playthrough if you wanna see some more about how the game works. But as of recording this video, I haven't actually tested out how this works. This is the first custom venue that I am building, so we're gonna figure it all out together. By default, there is a vacation rental in this world, and I do not care about vacation rentals. It's a cute building, like don't get me wrong, they did a really good job making it, but what I would like for this to be is a proper actual hotel instead. I wanna have amenities, I want someone else to do the cooking and cleaning. I would love to stay in an actual hotel room with my Sims and like have other guests milling about the building. I don't really want to rent out an entire house just for myself. So step one, I'm gonna switch the lot type to custom venue. There are very few requirements. It just needs a sink, a toilet, and a trash can. And otherwise, it's completely up to you what you want it to look like. You can also configure a schedule. There are a couple of presets that you can choose between. I'm curious to see how the cozy bed and breakfast preset works. So by default, it's got 6 guests, a host, and some staff. Oh, you can increase it? Interesting. Oh, it also has them set to be teen, young adult, adult, and elders by default. And you can customize a role outfit if you want. I won't do that for the guests because I want them to just wear whatever. It also by default has them listening to music, drinking bar drinks, eating, talking and being friendly, and also dancing, which I don't know if I love. The hosts tend the bar, they cook, they tend the garden. No, they clean, they're friendly. I'm gonna add something else. I'm gonna put do home chores on there because I found that people do not clean enough in this game. The staff just cleans. I might add on fix objects to that and maybe also do home chores. Just again, to maximize this. And then schedule wise, it has the guests having breakfast at 7 a.m. The host will cook a meal. At 10 a.m. there's free time. At 5 p.m. there's dinner. At 8 p.m. there's free time and then everybody goes to sleep at 11. I feel like that should be fine. I won't lie, I feel a little bit intimidated by the whole schedule thing. Like it just makes me feel a little bit nervous because I don't really know how it works yet. And there's room for so much customization that I'm kind of scared to mess it up. But let's just start building. We can play test it. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna rename the lot to Jellyfish Bed and Breakfast. And what I'm thinking is we could have some sort of main building over here. I really want to have a pool and also a hot tub. So we could have like some kind of side yard with patio and stuff over here. Then we can put things like the diving board. There could be a bar outside. And then inside, I want to have a kitchen. There'll be like a dining room, some kind of lobby, lounge area, and then hopefully some bedrooms upstairs. I'm kind of scared that this lot's not going to be big enough. It is 40 by 30, but honestly, 40 by 30 isn't actually all that big. But I guess with this one, we're doing bed and breakfast. If I want to build a proper hotel, I could make like a resort and do it on one of the 64 by 64 lots. But it is probably for the best for us to start small when we're testing. Okay, but this is kind of what I was picturing for the shape. I know it's a little bit weird, but this is what I had in mind. We'll have to get some kind of like nice fence or wall or something outside. This could be like 2 bedrooms downstairs if we did it like this. And maybe they could have ensuite bathrooms. I don't know. That makes 3 bedrooms downstairs if we lay it out like that. Possibly this one could get even bigger. So I set it up to have 8 guests here. Plus then you need to have space for the 3 employees. So that's something to consider as well. I hadn't really thought about it like that. Oh my God, this is so much harder than I thought. I'm really not sure how I want to do this. I have a new plan. It involves putting in some single beds, and I'm actually gonna give these 2 like a Jack and Jill door in between them. So these 2 rooms will share a bathroom. This one is like a double bedroom. It's gonna have its own ensuite bathroom. And then we can have like a little hall bathroom downstairs that everybody can access. I'm not really sure how much space upstairs I want to have because I had thought in my head that it was going to be a little bit smaller than this, but that's not really working out right now, so we shall see. But maybe we could do like nice big dormers. Well, I'll tell you what, it does not look like a small bed and breakfast. This place is way bigger. Maybe I should start with the roof because I can add on and like change the scale of this after I've got the roof set up. Okay, the bad news is I don't like it so far. I probably probably should just like cut this whole thing out of the video, but you're all along for the journey, right? Like you're here because you want to experience the full process. Well, this is the full process. I think that my building needs to be kind of L-shaped. I'm actually sort of picturing something more along these lines. And then I don't really know about this either, but just hear me out, okay? Well, now part of me wants to put the whole thing on a foundation, which I'm not super sure about. Oh, why is this so much harder than I thought it was gonna be? I've wanted hotels for so long, and now I finally have this chance, and I can't even tell what I want it to be like. Maybe this part should be a balcony. Balcony's probably good for this, huh? Okay, I'm also gonna put a chimney because I think a chimney will really help. Well, then I'm kind of wondering about a couple of like bonus little cottages in the back, because wouldn't that be kind of interesting, like a little private place to stay somehow? Okay, so this is what I've got going on in the back. I think there's gonna be another little balcony right here. I think I'm gonna do like a lot of white and a lot of stone on this. Honestly, kind of similar to what the original building looks like. The one that was here, like at least in color scheme. Okay, let's do a hedge fence in some of the other open spaces because I would love for the whole place to be fenced in, but I also don't really want it to be like super harsh, I guess. I think I might switch around the order of this so that the doors are like next to each other. So there's 2 private spaces in there. The pool can be very large if we want it to be. Something kind of like that. I might also do it, I don't know, maybe I'll make it rounded. I guess it being rounded probably does look a little bit better. Let me get these things on like a little teeny tiny foundation. Okay, at first I was thinking about these being really close together, but I changed my mind. I scooted them over instead. I think it looks better that way. I'm now kind of wondering about making the pool even bigger. Does it look better horizontal like that? I think what's throwing me off about it is just sort of like a general dislike of how close together the buildings are to the pool. Like I kind of want the pool to have its own space a little bit more. Are we doing this stone? Like, is this really what I'm going for outside everywhere? I was actually picturing more of like a brick for the outside. I wish that this brick had more swatches because I would like to do something like that, but that one's a little bit weird and wacky looking. I could use this color brick because this is very similar to this like reddish stone they have outside. Okay, I made these even smaller. Probably not the smartest thing to do, honestly, because they're like really small, but oh no. How did that become tall? Well, I must have made some big bad misclick. But this leaves me plenty of room for lounge chairs by the pool, which I really want. I think that is very important. I wish that we had umbrellas. Unfortunately, this is the base game, so we don't really have anything like that to work with. Oh no, that's like actually blue. That's no good. Oh my god, if you don't come in the exact same color, I am gonna lose my mind. I think that color of the stairs is like close enough, basically. So that's pretty annoying, but whatever, we'll figure it out. In-ground hot tub. Where am I gonna put it? I'm honestly kind of enjoying it like right there, but I feel like it's not, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like it just needs something more special around it. Like this isn't just any object, this is the in-ground hot tub. After we spent years waiting to get an in-ground hot tub, maybe I could build out some nice landscaping around the sides of it. I think they should be able to still get into that, and we can just put bushes or something small around it there. Okay, I've added a bunch of like little sections that I can put plants in. I think this is where the outdoor bar is gonna go. And now I should probably start putting in things like the roof and I don't know, windows and stuff, because I can only put that off for so long. I'm glad that we have the outdoors figured out though, because that was really important to me. Let me figure out the floor plan too first, and then we can do the windows. I'm thinking a lot of the window placement is gonna get based on where the walls are inside. So we were kind of picturing sort of like a lobby, right? This is a very large room and it doesn't need to be as big as that. Okay, so the lobby could be like in this little section. I can have an ensuite bathroom for this downstairs bedroom, and we could do something similar to the original floor plan that we had, where there could be like 2 single beds in these 2 rooms, and then they can share a bathroom in between them. And you know what? I like that the rooms downstairs are all together in a hallway as well. It's really hard to fit a double bed inside of this little room, so that's not good, but it's fine. Oh, maybe they could have a closet and like a really big bathroom for this one, because this is like a fancy room downstairs. And you know what? It is a real shame that there isn't any sort of kitchen counter in this pack. I think that's gonna really bother me once I start getting further into this, but for now it's fine. I think that maybe, oh, I don't really know if I like these. Okay, let's just try this. I'm gonna use the door from the pack. I feel like we need to use the door from the pack. We can make this part into another big bathroom that's like accessible to everyone. Or actually, you know what? Maybe there could be like a little bathroom accessible to everyone, sort of like a little half bathroom right here. It'll just have like a toilet and a sink. This can be the kitchen. I'll have a door into it. Because in my mind, I think that's like employees only, you know? We'll have all the cooking stuff. There can be some seats and like some little places to hang out sort of in this main hallway area. We can do a bunch of dining tables in here. And then this can be a gym so that everybody can use gym equipment when they're on vacation. And then upstairs, it's basically the same thing again, but we could get like 2 more single beds there, 2 more single beds in here, maybe only 1 single bed in there because it's so small. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 beds, which is plenty. Plus these. So that way there's like loads of extra room. You know what? I like that because no matter who's staying here or like how it gets split up, there's always going to be enough space for everybody. And everybody's got access to a bathroom, mostly to their own bathroom, which is perfect. I will put a door into that gym that we have downstairs too. And now I think we can start figuring out windows. Perfect. Okay, I feel like I was really intimidated with starting all of that, but now that we've got it, I feel really good about it. I'm gonna put these doors because they have like a little window in them as the front door to these rooms. Maybe we can have this little cutesy double door. I do love how that looks, actually. Maybe that little cutesy double door can be our access to the back. A couple of these rooms are really lucky because they've got really big, like super nice balconies. Okay, I'm not super sure what color the roof's gonna be, but I might use this little plain white awning just in a couple of areas because I don't really like how it's so flat. I think it needs something else. Ooh, these windows are like perfect for this little front bit. And then maybe we could have, I don't know, I feel like flower boxes are kind of a cute little vibe for this. Okay, I'm gonna double it up and place like 2 of them together on this long bit. I'm honestly not super sure about the sides. I just feel like it's so big and we have such a small number of windows that it's hard for me to visualize this. Maybe I'll do it just like that because that looks okay from the upstairs. Okay, columns. We definitely need columns. There is a column from this pack, which we could use, but maybe I'll do the wallpaper first and then add in columns after, just in case, because I might not end up needing them. Wow, there's not really a plain white. That's very interesting. The wallpaper doesn't match the foundation, which is kind of annoying. The white swatch even of this is very gray, so I don't really know about that either. I do like that it kind of has like this old, almost like cabin-y vibe to it, and obviously I want to use the new stuff, so I am frustrated by the lack of matching brick tones because I want to use the same brick as the foundation on this part. I'm gonna get this really nice roof trim and put that everywhere. I do like how thick that roof trim is, and I guess we'll have kind of like a gray metal roof on the rest of it. Yeah, that's kind of the right vibe. It's a little bit samey looking, but it is what it is. I think generally I'm finding myself a little bit disappointed by the build mode in this pack, which is not what I want to have to say, because you know how I feel about building. Like, I love this kind of thing, but I guess I just sort of feel like the build mode is fine in Adventure Awaits, which is a shame because I felt the same way about Enchanted by Nature. I thought Businesses and Hobbies had some of the best build mode in a long time, but then the packs after it were just sort of like eh. And it's not really because of the style. Like, I like the style of this stuff. Well, I feel like we've seen the style of this stuff already, so that's kind of what's throwing me. But I think more so, I just feel like there isn't enough. You've given me cool stuff, but not enough of it to do like a full thing. I don't like these square windows. Okay, I tried out adding some extra roof, and I think it looks a little bit better that way. I added a little chimney decor piece. Does this need to be a wider staircase for the front? Probably. All right, let's start getting the trees in. I think once we have some landscaping added in, it's gonna go a long way. Already, just a few trees on the lot fills it in so nicely. And then I sort of pictured myself having, and I don't know if this is a bad idea or not, so you're gonna have to bear with me, but I sort of pictured having some of these trees. We can rotate them a few different ways, but I kind of wanted some of those like lining that little middle section. I think that really helps with the separation that I'm trying to get for this. I hate that we don't have more pool trims. Ugh. Oh, you know what you actually can use though are these flower topiaries, but I think that might be too much for this little tiny area. Okay, I'm putting these little blue flowers in the skinny spaces around the building. I guess I'll probably do it around this too. I do feel like that looks really busy, but maybe it looks busy in a way that is cool. I'm like doubling up some of these bushes in that weird little nook. I was sort of picturing that we could have like large bushes in between all of this, but then I feel like the trees look really skinny. Is there a thicker base to a tree? I know this one has like a wider, it is also a different color. That might not really be a bad thing. I think I prefer that. I'm gonna go into debug too, because I actually haven't really used much of the debug from this pack yet. I've only done one build so far when I'm recording this, and it was a house. I loved it. It was very fun to build, but it's also just not really the same as building something like this. With a build like this, I can use stuff in very different ways. Ooh, what if I put like that little tiny rope to get you into the yard? I also really like this little planter box, so I think I'm gonna use that on top of this thing. Unless maybe I want to use this version. I guess the bonus of this one is that I can custom choose what kind of flowers should go in there. But I do love how that pink stuff looks. Should we have a wider patio in the front? I mean, maybe that could be nice because it could give you a place to sit. We could have like some little outdoor tables in the front here because I don't have room for outdoor tables in the back, really. Oh God. Somehow this became like so blue suburban and I really did not mean for it to. I do like those little outdoor tables though. I think that's nice. I am actually also now second guessing and kind of wondering if I should get a little patio because we could do like 2 double doors right here. And then it's like a little private deck that faces the water just for the hotel. And it's right off of the living room, dining room space. Okay, I'm trying the deck texture from the pack for these other little places in the front and back. I don't really know if I like it or not, but I am gonna try it. I'm also gonna make sure I have my lights by the doors outside. I think I need a more contrasty roof texture. Like maybe if it was black, or even if I did it in like, dare I say, in blue. But do you see what I mean? I think it just needs to be a little bit more of a contrasting color for it to look okay. Yeah, it doesn't even look blue. It looks like a dark gray, so that's perfect. Okay, I'm looking at a few little wildflower type of things just to add in the corners. I'm also thinking, because I haven't used any of these yet, I think it might be kind of fun to put some of the butterfly VFX around. I know it looks a little bit scary because it's just like a square, but it won't be a square in live mode. When you have a sim here playing, it disappears and all you see is the effect around it. It's the same as like the fireflies and stuff from the base game. Okay, I'm gonna try and put a fire pit on this deck. Maybe actually the fire pit is better to go over here now that I'm thinking about it. Oh man, we need a water slide. No, this is a non-negotiable. I need to have a water slide for this pool. You don't even understand how badly I have wanted proper water slides like that in The Sims 4. Like, I have been desperate for this for so long. I think you can even use the kayaks inside of the pools, by the way, just in case you were wondering, but I haven't tried that myself yet. Does it look really weird to have the 6 chairs like this around the fire pit? They match these, which is why I wanted to use them. Okay, there is a bar from Adventure Awaits, but that is not the same vibes as this building. Like, that's just not gonna happen. This place is a little bit too fancy for this kind of bar. I think it should just be like a plain white one. And I do hate to say that because it would be nicer, obviously, to have something a little bit cuter and like a little bit different. Obviously, I want to use the new pack stuff, but I just don't think today's the day. Okay, I'm gonna put a telescope too. Oh, that goes straight into the tree. That's fine, I'll use it anyway. I'm trying to be a little bit conscious to make sure I'm not doing too much out here. I'm just getting a couple of outdoor lights now because I think it needs some over there. We could probably get some on the corners of this thing just so it lights up a little bit better. Just a couple extra. Okay, I put a couple extra chairs just around the full side of this. I'm also gonna go through and get a couple more planter boxes. Not everywhere, but just a few of them. I also added in some pool lights and I changed the color of the pool, so that looks a little bit better. Oh, I almost forgot about a pool ladder. If we're gonna try and have this be a public space, they need a ladder. That's actually a legal requirement, I think. All right, well, I think the outside is done. I haven't done the balconies yet, but I'll add those once I start working on the rooms. And I'm gonna do the rooms first. I am a little bit scared that you're gonna hate this, but I think I'm gonna do the exact same color scheme in every single one of the rooms. I think that's just the most realistic thing we could do because obviously in real life, you're gonna use the same furniture over and over in a hotel like this. You're getting a discount for buying in bulk, so you're gonna take advantage of it. Okay, well, this is what I've got for the bedroom concept. This is one of the nicer ones, so it's gonna have a little closet attached to it as well. I'll just hang out some clothes in that closet too. You know, I might wanna do a couple walls with like the accent stone color too, because that looks a lot nicer. Should we do a stone floor then? I don't like that it's not the same color as the wallpaper, but maybe the stone floor is very Adventure Awaits and it would be nice to have in the bathrooms. Oh, uh-oh. Ooh, not thought through, not thought through. How do we decide to lay this out? I didn't even think about that when I did the front. We could do smaller windows. Maybe that looks better anyway. All right, sorry, false alarm, problem solved. I thought about opening up this whole upstairs too and like having this be open to the bottom, but I think it's better for me to have space in here because I sort of feel like if I've got all this open space, it gives me more room to have like a desk. Everyone, what? You don't like it? I was gonna say it gives me more room to have like a desk that the guests can use and, you know, maybe a game table or something like that. Let me figure out the bathroom first though. I think maybe I will do a very simple bathroom tile on the wall because this one looks all right with the floor that we have. Okay, I'm gonna get these Adventure Awaits little curtains. I kind of want to do them in blue, but well, maybe this like green. That's kind of like a sage green. Okay, lucky for us, there are sinks in Adventure Awaits, so we could do like a double sink thing because this is supposed to be the fancy bathroom. We can get a really nice tub in here. So having done this a little bit, I have found that I really dislike the shower. It doesn't match any of the other bathroom stuff, so I've noticed myself getting very frustrated when I try to use the shower. We could use just like one of the base game ones instead. That one actually kind of matches okay. Oh, we could also scoot it into the wall just a little bit more. That'll still function, and oh, you gotta be really careful so that it doesn't clip. But that still functions, and then it looks like it matches better. They can have just like a nice white towel. Okay, here's what I'm thinking for the primary bathroom. It's very simple, but we can just try to continue that theme throughout. Something weird about this bathroom is that because it's like this Jack and Jill style, we're not gonna be able to fit that much in it. I say we do just the tub, no shower in this one. This little one, obviously, as the hall bathroom would be just a toilet and a sink. And I think we can get something kind of cuter and like more decorative like this on the wall. Maybe also a little plant or something. All right, all of the bathrooms are done now. So I'm gonna start putting back all the furniture, trying to add in like full length mirrors and stuff too when I can, because I know it would be helpful. This is what I got so far downstairs. It doesn't even look that impressive because it's just the same thing repeated. Okay, I'm gonna really quickly do the exact same thing again upstairs. Oh, there's no windows in this one. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. Oh no. This is a sad, sad bedroom. This is the worst of all the bedrooms for sure, but that happens. Maybe you get a discount if you stay here. Unfortunately, that was a joke. There's no such thing as discounts in this pack. Everybody gets charged the exact same. Doesn't matter who you are or where you are staying. I'm really struggling with the rugs. I really would like to have rugs, but I honestly just can't figure out which one I want to use in here. I don't super love the mix of patterns, and then like all the base game rugs just don't look good. I want like a pastel. I just want like a solid color pastel. Honestly, like this one in green is probably the closest I'm gonna get to what I'm hoping for. Unfortunately, I just still don't really love it, but it is what it is. Okay, all bedrooms in the main building are done. There are 6 bedrooms total, but there are 7 beds, so that should be fine. And we can also always switch it. Like I could change this so that there are 7 guests instead, just in case. Let me get a trash can in the back because we need to have one of those for it to count as a functional building. I've decided to do a switcheroo of these chairs in the front. I'm gonna put the slightly fancier looking ones. I think I may also get a grill in the front. I know that's kind of random, and I don't really love how it looks from the outside. Like that's not cute to me, but I'm just thinking if you're gonna stay here for multiple days, it would be nice to have multiple ways to cook. Also, I'm not actually sure what happens. Like I don't know if the employees cook on the grill or if they only use the stove, but we'll find out because I've got space for it now. Okay, well let's start decorating this little front desk lobby space. For this little area, I am mostly picturing, you know, I had it wrap around before. I think it'd probably be better if it didn't wrap around. I think it might even be better if it was like centered on the wall. Maybe we just make it small like this. I would love to have a fireplace in the lobby, but I just don't think it's gonna work. I don't really love the tiny one, and I don't like the modern one at all. But this, the wood, like it just doesn't look good. I am changing my mind about this so much. Like if you only knew the level of back and forth that's happening right now, it's really bad. I think that maybe on this back wall, we should just do a really big bookshelf. Don't super love that it's the same bookshelf twice, but that's just kind of how The Sims 4 works. Hopefully I can just add some little things inside of it and we can try and make it look a little bit less samey. At least that is my usual method. I don't know. Maybe the bookshelves would be better on this wall because that's skinnier. And maybe I could have my fireplace on this wall if we wanted to. Oh, this isn't centered properly. Oh my God, that would have been bad. I'm sorry if you noticed that sooner and you were like yelling at the screen. Okay, so you know how a lot of the time in real life in this sort of space, it's like a breakfast room. So they might have like the coffee and tea maker stuff out. I'm not sure if I want to do it like that in here or not. I like the realism of that, but also space wise, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to waste space doing that because we just really don't have a lot of public space inside of this building. And there's so many things that we need. Like I need a blender, I need a fully functional kitchen. I think I might have this counter wrap around this. Yeah, that gives you a little bit more counter space to cook on. I guess I can just use this inside of this room then. I do love that giant table, but also part of me thinks that it might be nicer to have some more round tables, especially we could just put like some little white flowers on them. Those kind of match the vibes too. And that way you don't have to sit with everyone at one big table. There's like a little bit more space. Wait, that's the right color. How come I couldn't figure that out before? What is wrong with me? I'm gonna use 2 fireplaces. We can have one inside of this room and one in the other room. Okay, I'm just putting some little bits of clutter around. I've got like some candles on the fireplace. We have a little bit of decor around the room now. Okay, in this room, I'm actually gonna use the same wallpaper, the like camp fun wallpaper. This is the gym. Oh, we should have had this. This will be fun. Where can you put the dartboard safely? Because if you put it right here, they're gonna be throwing darts like right where you walk in. That would not be safe or good. Probably just upstairs then, I'll find a spot for it. Okay, this is maybe kind of weird for me to say. I don't know if this is even gonna make sense because I know that I've wanted this hotel concept for literally so long. Like as long as I can remember, I've wanted this in The Sims 4. I don't even like this build that much, but that's not really because it's a hotel. I think I just feel very limited by the content that comes in this pack. It is just such a different kind of hotel than I had been picturing this whole time, and it's hard for me to build with it, but hopefully this looks okay. What happened to my thing? Now it's deleting my plants. There's not even like a cute games table. Still to this day, we don't have a nice games table, so I can't really use that. I don't love the couches from this pack. I kind of like this green one a little bit more. Oh my god, I just went to Manage Worlds now by accident. I didn't mean to. I guess we can see what it looks like now. That's cute. Okay, I feel better about it. I was kind of unsure, but I think seeing it from the map is also helpful. It gives you like a different perspective of how it's turning out when you see it that way. So this is what I'm thinking for the lobby area. The last thing in this main building is the upstairs. And then of course we've got those little suites on the outside. What is that? Oh, it's this. Oh my god, I almost forgot that I placed this down. I was so excited about that idea too, and then I forgot it was there. Okay, I'm just replicating loads of this furniture. I think that maybe a floor lamp could be, ooh, hate that floor lamp. Wow, well, we'll try it. I'll get another bookshelf upstairs in this little hallway too. I've used this thing a couple times. I might put that in this little hallway. Okay, I put a chess table, we have the dartboard, there's a couch upstairs. I was thinking about putting a desk and a computer, but now I'm not sure. I feel like they can just use the computer downstairs, like at the lobby desk. And lastly, we just want to throw together these rooms. Oh, will the door work on an angle? Yeah, it does. Okay, that's fine. Maybe these rooms can have a fireplace because I wanted one before and I couldn't have it. Okay, I was worried about the double bed situation, but I actually think that it's fine. Okay, so I kind of envisioned this one as like the boss's room, so I gave them a desk. And then we'll put 2 single beds in this other one for the other 2 employees. Obviously, if you were to play here, if you wanted to use these as your room, like that's totally understandable, and I could see myself doing that too because they're kind of like the nicer rooms. I guess the main thing is just that they're nicely set up for whatever number of Sims you need to be in here. It's perfect. The other thing is that I want to make sure we've got showers in these because we've got all these tubs everywhere and like barely any shower space, and you're gonna want to be able to shower. Like showering is so much quicker and like just generally a little bit easier in The Sims than having to take a bath. I think it might be done. The last thing is just if I want to adjust anything else on the schedule because I don't really know how it works. Wow, you can fully customize like a uniform. That's amazing. Should we add an amateur chef? Oh, wait, how does it work? Add to current roles. Oh, I got a chef. Oh wait, that's amateur chef. No, I don't want that. I'm thinking we should add a bartender and maybe like add an actual chef too. Can you really do all this? Wow. You can also save presets. So once you've made everything, you can like leave it this way. Maybe I'll set it up so that the chef will serve a meal and the host can do like standard host things. Maybe I'll delete the cooking though and delete 10 bar. What else could the host do? Maybe we could have the host write and like be friendly because then it'll be kind of like the host is sitting at the desk at the computer, I'm hoping. I don't have any music or anything for Sims to dance at. Outdoor recreation. See, that's good stuff. No, enjoy the outdoors. But possibly it's better to have them eat. Have breakfast. That has them cook and eat though. We just want them to eat. We don't want them to like have breakfast because they don't want to cook it. Let's put on self-care. That'll have them focus on doing interactions to fulfill their needs and wants. They'll eat, so they'll consume food. They can be friendly. They can drink bar drinks. And maybe I'll leave listen to music on there and I'll add in a radio or 2. Okay, I think that feels good for the morning. That's breakfast time. It's mostly just about eating. At 10 a.m. free time. That lasts all the way until 5 p.m. This is wild. The level of detail you can select. I don't want to dance. I don't really want them to eat on free time either. But we'll have them enjoy the outdoors. So they'll use pools, they'll use bonfires. That's perfect, because that's what we've got. We could possibly put on play pub games, so they'll use the dartboards and the game tables. Maybe they could read. That feels like a nice outdoor hobby. And use the hot tub. Perfect. The bartender will mix bar drinks and tend the bar, and the chef will like cook and stuff. I probably should make sure the bartender is on there as well. Oh me, oh my. Okay, maybe the guests can dance at dinner time because that's one of the defaults, and I think that could be nice. Like 5 p.m. we eat dinner, we dance. Let's make sure the chef and the bartender are always cooking and using stuff, and maybe the guests should like always be enjoying the outdoors. I'll leave it sort of on free time for this too, and then when they sleep, they should sleep. Interestingly, you have like one overarching one and then the rest are like little separate things, but I think that should be fine. I just don't really know. I'm really overwhelmed by it all, but I think I'm gonna call it done for my first build, and we'll wrap up this video right here. Hopefully you enjoyed working on this with me. I know it's a little bit different just because I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Like, I'm so new to this, with it being my first one. Like, it's all very much an experiment, but it's been really fun for me to experiment with, and I'm looking forward to trying to build some more custom venues now. I feel like I've got the hang of it. So I have loads of other ideas for things like boarding school, retirement homes, different kinds of kids camp. Like, you could do like a horse camp. I don't know. There's so many things I want to try. Even like a really fancy resort in Sulani. Like, there's just so many other ways to use this because it is fully custom, but you got to start somewhere, and this is where I started. I think on that note though, I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait until I get my hands on the other packs. The whole time I was building this, I just kept thinking like, gosh, I wish I had this item or like this item from this pack. It's nice to test it out with adventure awaits, obviously, but I think I just don't really love the build mode here. So I'm desperate for more.